Some fellows are here tonight that will be empowered for generational order of blessings. If you are one of such, let me hear your loudest amen.
Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. I am Pastor Success Isah. Today's video is a message preached by God's servant, Bishop David Oyedepo, on how he became financially empowered and how you too can enjoy same empowerment. Subscribe to our channel today so you can get notified whenever we upload enriching contents just like this one. Like and share this video generously also, and the Lord will bless you abundantly. Now to the message.
One thoroughly blessed man can change the course of history. I know there must be at least one person here today that the blessings you will encounter will impact your generation. If you feel that you are that one, let me hear your loudest amen. Please give the Lord a big hand and take your seat. In every discipline, there are specialists, there are consultants, there are reference points. The lack of recognition of these has imparted on the church negatively. There are people given some special task for the body, covering various areas of our human endeavor. I have run into a number of those specialists in my own short life. Now, I needed to understand the mystery behind kingdom prosperity. So I spotted a specialist in the person of Kenneth Copeland. By the proofs around him, I knew he has found something that I need to find, that I need to uncover, I need to discover, I need to assess. So I took his books and took his wife's book on the same subject in case he forgets anything, the wife may write it. So I went on a 3-day adventure and locked up, waiting on the Lord, searching for what that secret could be. That was in March 1982. I found it after the 3rd day. I screamed and exclaimed, I can never be poor. I located a specialist in the area of my concern, and I went to him, not in person. I went to him through his resource materials and found it. And when you find what you are looking for, you will know. I knew when I found it. And came out. The proof is everywhere that I found it. Now see, if we don't want to die in our predicaments, in our diseases, it's important to identify who are specialists in the areas of our concern and go to find answers from them. Today, whatever Copeland represents in that field is what I represent by his grace. Not just running an organization, but running without stress, with access to inexplainable supplies, except for those who believe the word. With millions of dollars flowing in and flowing out without any sweat, just by access to what makes it work. And then in the school of faith, I found a specialist by name Kenneth Hagin, and he really taught me. And those who know what faith is doing for me know I was properly trained. It's important for us to allow meekness and humility to identify God's consultants, God's specialists in the area of our concerns. We'll come out of it cheaply. You don't go to a dispenser for a case that needs a specialist. He won't know what to do. And God has given in the body apostles, that is special envoys, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers for the perfecting of the destiny of the saints. Because it is to everyone according to his faith. So faith is what defines destiny. For the perfecting of the destiny of the saints, till we all come in the unity of faith, unto a perfect man, unto the fullness of the stature of the measure of Christ. And these consultants they are still consulting for me. When anything needs unraveling in one area or another, for those who are still alive, I box them. Those who are not, I go back to the library of their section in my house and check what they will have done under the circumstance. So I'm still consulting with Agin. It's gone. You see, in the church, we have come to think that we are all equal. Yes, we are all brethren. But among the brethren, there are envoys. You know, you are from some nations. Now, a lot of Nigerians are in London, but there is a Nigerian ambassador. It's not the same class. He cannot be arrested the way you can be arrested. Amen. And he's the one to rescue you when you are arrested. He's the one they recognize as Nigeria. You are recognized as a traveler here. So he's Nigeria, so he helps to cover you. So there are those envoys in the word of the Spirit that helps to cover up for us in areas of our concerns. So important. It is this religious pride that has gotten many believers grounded. Inability to recognize the specialists in the body, some of whom you may never have a one-on-one discussion with in your life, but you have access to their resource materials and you can get into that to draw whatever you want. Who will believe that the great man Kenneth Copeland and I had the first one-on-one discussion 30 years after I've been following him? How many years? I've been reading him for 30 years before I first had the privilege of a one-on-one encounter with him. And ever since that time, we become one family into every corner of both houses at any time. But if I had to wait for that 30 years, I would have died in my lack and want before contacting him. Who will believe that I had privilege of meeting with Agin only 3 times in my lifetime? We had only 3 times of meeting. But everything Agin ever wrote, I had read. And I've reread many of them again and again. When I read him, God speaks to me the way we speak to him on an issue. The question here tonight is, there are specialists in the body. And how do I know them? The proofs they command validate what they represent. The proofs they command validate what they represent. The proofs they command validate what they represent. They are sent to us to fill up the vacuum in our life so the best in us can be made manifest. Sometime I was among some privileged people to be honored by the Nigerian government with a street named after us in the federal capital. And then my father in the Lord called me to say congratulations. And I said, for what? He said, your name is listed. I said, you know, it is source that determines size. An elephant, when it gives birth the same day, the baby elephant is bigger than a cow. It is impossible for a giant to birth a dwarf. You can't have a cat give birth to a baby that now looks like a baby, a calf of a cow. No, because the cat till he dies will never be the size of a cow. So there is no way you can mistakenly give birth to a cat that will be the size of a cow. So the source of your resource has a lot in defining the limits of your destiny. This is so important. You can't, there is no other way to it. These specialists are consultants, are one of the trade secrets of my life. They help to fire my littleness to some level of enlargement in some very obvious ways.